Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is another Wonder Why reaction, and the video is Fun Fact About Every Country in the World Part 1. I've did a video somewhat similar to this probably like 2 months ago now, and I enjoyed it, but the video was quite an old one, and it was, again, it was probably like 5 years ago, and it was by a different channel as well, and I've been enjoying this channel especially, and this is a return actually. So it's the first video in like, from what I saw, like 7 months, and the more I've been seeing this guy's channel, the more I've actually fell in love with it, and the more I want to react to it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how people are going to enjoy this. I hope it's different facts to ones that I saw before. I assume it will be, but we'll see when we get into the video. But again, Wonder Why, I do enjoy their video reactions, and I'm just excited to see what he has to say, because I do just find it fun when you just find a random thing about each country throughout the world. And this is the part 1, so there's going to be another one to react in future, but yeah, hope you guys are going to enjoy. This is going to be a fun little one. Quick shout out to my Instagram and my Twitter. Links in the description for those, my socials on those. And also my second channel, 14k on the second channel. And it's just crazy. I don't post in there as much as here, but I still post in there quite a lot. And I still get so much support in there. So I just want to thank you guys for that. But let's get into this one. Let's see what this video is about. And I mean, yeah, let's just check it out, man.
Hello and welcome to a fun fact about every country in the world, part 1. These videos are going to be pretty long, so let's just get started right now. Afghanistan changed its flag 18 times during the 20th century, and 4 more since then, with its... Let's get started right now. Afghanistan changed its flag 18
It was all black at one point, what the hell?
times during the 20th century, and 4 more since then, with its current flag having been in use since 2013.
Oh, wow.
The reason for these changes isn't so fun though, so let's just move on. Albania has more than 173,000 concrete bunkers spread across its land. That's nearly 15 bunkers per square mile on average. Algeria is the largest country in Africa, but only about 10% of the country is actually inhabitable.
See, that's wild. When you're the biggest country in a continent, but only a small portion of your country is actually like lived in, it's kind of like, it's just irrelevant in a sense. Like, the rest of your land isn't really going to be able to be used for stuff. Maybe for like military testing and stuff, but that's not really an advantage if we're being honest. But that's a crazy one. 10% of it is inhabitable, but the country's the biggest in. So like, let's say like this bit here, like this 10%, maybe not even that, maybe it's less, maybe like here, is all lived in, and then the rest is just not. It's wild when you think about it.
The rest being comprised of the Sahara Desert. Andorra is the largest country in the world with no airport.
Just cut it off, largest country in the world.
The capital city of Angola, Luanda, is considered to be the most expensive city in the world for expats. In 2009, Antigua and Barbuda renamed the country's highest point Mount Obama after US President Barack Obama. Despite the fact that he's never actually been there, the name was changed back in 2016 to the original name of Boggy Peak. During the December 2001 crisis, Argentina had 5 different presidents in just 2 weeks.
Jesus,
in Armenia, chess is a part of a child's primary school curriculum.
That's kind of smart, you know. I mean, it's a weird sort of thing, but chess is one of those things that you have to concentrate a lot. So I can sort of see why that would be the case, although that's a bit strange. But I actually enjoy chess when I used to play it. I don't really understand how it works now, but it's one of those games that it is quite fun. Never good at it though, I was always terrible.
Australia has by far the most national parks of any country, with 685. For comparison, second place Thailand has 147.
How many does the US have? I thought the US would be up there as well.
In Austria, there's a small village of about 100 people called F***ing. They've had issues with people stealing the sign. As of the 1st of January 2021, this is actually no longer true. The town has changed its name and is now called Fugging, which personally I think sounds much, much worse.
Fucking yeah, what the fuck?
Baku, Azerbaijan is home to the world's largest KFC at about 1,600 square meters.
What the fuck?
The Bahamas has an island that is inhabited only by swimming pigs. The aptly named Pig Beach has become a tourist attraction.
What the I didn't even know if pigs could swim.
The recently deceased Prime Minister of Bahrain had been serving since 1970 and was the longest serving PM of any government in the world.
Wow.
He passed away in November 2020. In December of 2004, Bangladesh broke a Guinness World Record, forming the longest human chain. With more than 5 million participants, the chain spanned the distance of the entire country, more than 1,000 kilometers long.
That is ridiculous.
In
What's that film where they all hold hands? It's like it's not a horror film, but it is kind of scary. Is it Get Out? Not Get Out. It's by the same creators. Like at the end of it, they're all like holding hands across the whole country, and they're all like they have like second families of them. There's like a parallel, not a parallel universe, but with every human on the Earth there's a sort of a replica in this other dimension, and then they all come to the Earth, and then they kill their Earth version of them, and then they start holding hands. What's that film? That reminds me of that. I don't know, it's irrelevant, but that's just got me thinking about that.
2008, the Prime Minister of
It is Get Out, isn't it? I think it is Get Out.
Barbados created a new national holiday called Rihanna Day to be celebrated on the 22nd of February.
Is she like from Barbados or her like?
In Belarus, there was a TV
Barbados
show called The Theorists, which was just a blatant rip-off of the US TV show The Big Bang Theory.
Literally the same. That is hilarious. That is
However,
absolutely
there
hilarious.
was nothing that Warner Brothers could do about it because the TV company that produced the show is owned by the Belarusian government.
Wow.
In 2010 to 2011, Belgium went 589 days without a government, a world record at the time until it was broken in 2020 by Belgium, this time going 652 days without a government.
How is Belgium such a sort of well-run country? It doesn't really get involved in sort of things like that, but they haven't had a government for so long. Maybe it's because like the UN is there or whatever it's called, I think. That's crazy.
A construction company in Belize destroyed a 2,300-year-old Mayan pyramid to build a new road in 2013.
That is ridiculous.
The flag of the Kingdom of Benin
Benin
features a guy being decapitated with a sword.
What the
Bhutan
fuck?
is the most mountainous country in the world, with 98.8% land area covered in mountains.
Imagine
The average
living there,
elevation
man.
of the country is 3,280 metres above sea level.
So on the benefits of that, global warming is not going to be affecting them, or sea level is not going to be affecting them for a very long time.
Bolivia
Sea
has a
level
navy
rising.
of about 5,000 personnel, despite being a landlocked country. Bosnia and Herzegovina has an estimated 150 landmines per square kilometre.
Oh my god.
In Botswana, there are parliamentary constituencies called Kanye North and Kanye South. There's no Kanye West.
Fuck's sake.
Brazil is believed to have the greatest biodiversity of any country on the planet. One paper estimates up to 210,000 known
the Amazon,
species
isn't it?
and up to 2.4 million in total.
Fuck. That is wild.
The
man.
Sultan of Brunei has an estimated net worth of $20 billion and lives in the largest residential palace in the world, valued at $350 million. What is believed to be the oldest gold treasure in the world, dating back earlier than 4000 BC, was discovered at the Varna necropolis in Bulgaria. Burkina Faso's name means Land of Incorruptible People, but in 2019 only scored 40 out of 100 on Transparency International's Corruption Index.
That's the thing though, when countries have some sort of stats about them, or they have it in a name, they tend to be the sort of the most corrupt countries, like the Democratic of Congo, or North Korea, the Democratic of North Korea, or however you say it, like Democratic Republic, like all these names in the country's names, it sort of leads to that other way, like they're actually not them sort of definitions. And obviously that isn't in their name, but it's the same kind of concept.
In 1996, Burundi became the poorest ever country to win a gold medal at the Olympic Games,
Oh wow.
achieved by Venuste Nyongabo in the 5,000 metres.
That must have been huge in that country, man.
In parts of
Fair
Cambodia,
enough.
people have made their own improvised trains out of bamboo known as noris after regular services stopped running.
I've seen these before in like a vlog or something. They look wild to me. It's crazy how people can do that sort of stuff.
During the Great Depression in the United States, Cameroon raised money to help the American people. They raised $3.77. Canada has
incredible.
more lakes than every other country in the world combined.
Yeah, I remember seeing this stat before. Crazy stat.
Cape Verde ranks number 1 among African nations for a wide variety of different criteria. Barack Obama has referred to the country as a real success story. The Central African Republic and Chad are the first consecutive countries alphabetically that also border each other.
That's kind of crazy
And
as well.
speaking of Chad, Chad and Romania both have the exact same flag.
What the hell? That's so
The
confusing.
largest permanent settlement on Antarctica is a Chilean town called Villa Las Estrellas. Its population is about 150 during the summer, which drops to around 80 during the winter.
People optionally live there. What? I mean, I respect it, but why would you put yourself through? How do humans even settle in this place in the first place? Like, how did that even come across? Like, how did humans even come across this place? Like, there must be nothing here. Like, no animals or anything. I mean, it's Antarctica, so there's obviously no animals there, but that's crazy, man. That's wild.
China only has
I always find it so crazy when there's sort of little sort of islands in the middle of nowhere and there's just no way of getting out kind of thing. I just find they really like intrigue me, so I'm definitely going to look into some more stuff like that for sure.
as one time zone, despite being one of the largest countries in the world, which should span 5 different time zones.
That's crazy.
The whole
as well.
country follows Beijing time.
That's really strange.
Colombia, spelled with 2 O's and not a U, is by far the world's largest producer of emeralds, making up 50 to 90% of the world's supply.
Flipping hell.
The name of Comoros derives from the Arabic word for moon.
Oh.
The Democratic Republic of the Congo is home to the world's largest lava lake.
Lava Lake? Wait, what?
The 2 Congos have the closest capital cities of any 2 countries in the world. In 1949, Costa Rica completely abolished its military. With a population of over 5 million, it is by far the largest and most populous country without a military.
What? That's kind of
Footballer
wild as well.
Didier Drogba brought an end to a 5-year civil war in his home country, the Ivory Coast.
Was that through
Worn
football?
by
I think it
millions
was,
of people
wasn't it?
every day, the necktie originates from Croatia.
Oh wow.
Cuba is one of only 2 countries in the world in which Coca-Cola is not sold. You can
They're
probably
missing
guess
out,
what
man.
the other one is.
North Korea.
The capital city of Cyprus, Nicosia, has been described as the world's last remaining divided capital. Czechia consumes more beer per capita than any other country, about 192 litres per capita per annum. That's nearly twice as much as Germany.
And I would assume Germany would be number 1 for
Denmark is
God,
apparently the least corrupt country in the world.
That's not a surprise. The least corrupt countries: Denmark, New Zealand, Finland, Singapore, Sweden, and Switzerland. As you see, Denmark, Finland, and Sweden. And then you probably have you probably have Norway close to there as well. The Scandinavian countries just seem to do stuff differently, man. They really do. And obviously New Zealand isn't a surprise either. The least or the most corrupt: Somalia, South Sudan, Syria, Yemen, and Venezuela.
Djibouti gets its name from the country's capital city, also called Djibouti, which is home to more than 70% of the country's population.
That's mad. That is kind of crazy.
Dominica is the only national flag that features the colour purple.
Oh wow. Where's the purple?
The Dominican
Where is the purple? Oh, it's on the bird.
only national
The head.
flag that features the colour purple.
I'm so blind.
The Dominican Republic is the most visited country in the Caribbean, with more than 6.5 million annual visitors.
I want to visit the Caribbean one day, man. That's the dream, honestly.
The word Timor derives from the Malay word for east, so the country's name is literally
East.
just east.
What the fuck?
The peak of the Ecuadorian mountain Chimborazo is the farthest point from the centre of the Earth. It's farther away than the peak of Mount Everest due to the slight equatorial bulge of the Earth.
Oh wow, that's kind of mad as well.
Of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the Great Pyramid of Giza is by far the oldest and the only one that remains intact today.
So, Great Pyramid of Giza. Look how long that's been. Raw, what the hell? Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Temple of Artemis, Ephesus, Statue of Zeus at Olympia. That's mental. From the start to the end. That's wild, man.
El Salvador is the only country in North America with no coastline on the Atlantic. Despite its name, the equator does not actually pass through Equatorial Guinea.
That's weird as well.
Eritrea's capital city,
Equatorial is in the
Asmara,
name.
has the nickname New Rome due to its architecture being so similar to that of Italy.
Oh man, that's
Eritrea was
kind of
under
mad as well.
Italian rule for more than 50 years.
That's
Estonia was
amazing.
the first
That's
country in
crazy.
the world to adopt online voting, way back in 2005.
Estonia,
Now
at the
known
start,
as
man.
Eswatini, the country changed its name from Swaziland in 2018 to avoid confusion with Switzerland.
Swaziland, Swiss. Is that literally why they changed the name? What?
Due to
Wait,
the Ethiopian calendar, which has 13 months, 12 months of exactly 30 days, plus a 13th month with 5 or 6 days, it is currently the start of 2013 in Ethiopia.
What? What the fuck? That is absolutely mind blowing. 23rd. See, that just. These kinds of ones just blow my mind. That is wild. It's still 2013 in Ethiopia. What the hell? They have a 6-month day. Like, what? A 6-day month. Like, what?
Maybe you should warn them about 2020.
Oh no. They went for a big
The
shot.
company
Man.
Fiji Water ran a joke advert saying, "The label says Fiji because it's not bottled in Cleveland." Taking offence to this, Cleveland did some tests that showed that their tap water is actually purer than Fiji's.
What the hell?
Finland has an annual beer floating event in Helsinki in which participants float down the river drinking beer.
Living their
France
best
is
life.
the most visited country in the world with more than 89 million annual tourists.
See, this surprises me. I don't know why, because I mean, it's not. Some parts of France has got the tropical sort of climates, but like, I'm guessing it's because of Paris, and maybe people just love the history for the city. But I would have assumed it would be like, maybe not Dubai because it costs so much to go there, but Dubai, Japan, the US, because the US is so big, it's got so many different attractions, like all those different countries. But it's France for some reason, and I mean, it's just that I find that really interesting and just crazy at the same time. But I mean, I guess it's because of the landmarks there, and Paris is like the most loved city in the world for sure.
Well,
But it's just crazy.
normally anyway, certainly not in 2020.
Yeah.
Gabon has the world's only natural nuclear fission reactor.
Hey? Wait, what?
The Gambia has got to be one of the strangest shaped countries in the world. Its borders closely follow the meandering River Gambia and is completely surrounded by Senegal.
What? What
The
hell?
Viriofkina cave in Georgia is the deepest cave in the world with a known depth of 2,212 metres and a total length of 13.5 kilometres.
I would not want to get stuck in there. Oh my god, no. That is wild.
The old east-west division of Berlin can still be seen to this day from space by a difference in street lighting.
That's crazy as well.
Kevin Prince Boateng and Jerome Boateng became the first brothers to play
know
against
about
one
this
another
one.
in the FIFA World Cup in the Ghana vs Germany match in South Africa 2010.
That's an interesting one as well. I don't actually know the reason
The
behind
first
that.
ever Olympic Games took place in Olympia, Greece in 776 BC. Grenada has an underwater sculpture park. With 75 in total, the sculptures can only be seen by snorkeling or scuba diving.
I would hate to go there. I would absolutely hate to go there, man.
The
That is the
entire
scariest
city
thing
of
I've seen.
Antigua, former capital of Guatemala, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Oh wow.
Guinea pigs originate from the Andes mountain region of South America, not Guinea. The origin of the animal's name is unknown.
What do guinea pigs actually do? Do they still live in the wild? Do guinea pigs still live in the wild? That's going to be a stupid question, but I actually wonder if they
People
do.
from Guinea-Bissau are referred to as Bissau Guineans.
Oh wow.
Despite being a South American country, Guyana is actually an English-speaking country due
This
to
surprised me
being
when I learned
colonised
about
by
this
the
as well.
British.
This really surprised me when I learned about that.
Haiti unknowingly had the exact same flag as Liechtenstein
I swear Liechtenstein's changed their flag. I swear they both changed the flags actually.
until
Or was it just Haiti?
1936 when the two countries met at the Olympics and the similarity was discovered.
That's amazing.
Once
That
a
is
year
amazing.
in Yoro, Honduras, it rains fishes. This is known as La Lluvia de Peces and has apparently been occurring for more than a century, with the reason still unknown.
What?
In the
The
1940s,
stink of
Hungary
that must be
experienced the
awful.
worst hyperinflation of all time. The exchange rate to $1 went from 5 pengo to millions, billions, then trillions of pengo and beyond. In 1946, the country printed a 100 quintillion pengo banknote, the largest denomination bill ever printed.
What the fuck?
In the 2018 FIFA World Cup, Iceland became the least populous nation ever to qualify, with a population of about 350,000.
See, that's crazy when you consider like countries like India with 1.5 billion, China like 1.4, 1.5 billion, both countries. And then a country like Iceland, and I swear they won a game, maybe not, I swear they won a game as well. That's crazy when you actually think about it. As well as that, they beat England as well, which I don't want to talk about, but that's crazy. The difference in population and they qualify is nuts to me. And they play in Europe, which is a lot harder to qualify from than Asia, but the more you know,
India
right?
is the most vegetarian country in the world, with 20 to 30% of the population refraining from eating meat. India actually has more vegetarians than the rest of the world combined.
Because they're high population, isn't it? What the hell?
In Indonesia, a dead manta ray can be worth up to $500, but it was calculated that each manta ray throughout its lifetime is worth around $1 million in tourism, and therefore a ban on fishing them was introduced in 2014. Indonesia has now become the world's largest sanctuary for manta rays.
Wow.
There was a world record attempt in Iran to make the world's longest sandwich, but people started eating the sandwich before it could be measured by the officials of the Guinness Book of World Records. The earliest known usage of the wheel possibly dates back 5,500 years in Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq. Ireland has won the Eurovision Song Contest more times than any other country. 7 times, including 3 consecutive wins in 92, 93 and 94. Albert Einstein was once offered the Israeli presidency. He politely declined.
What the hell?
In 2004, 2 Lamborghini Gallardo supercars were donated to the Italian police.
That's fucking amazing.
Jamaica is the only country in the world whose flag does not feature red, white or blue. Japan has more than 80,000 people over the age of 100. That's 1 in every 1,500 people.
That's mental as well. The standard of living
Constructed
there
as
must
early
be
as perhaps
crazy.
300 BC,
I mean, it is, but
Petra wasn't discovered by the Western world until the 19th century by a Swiss explorer.
that's amazing as well. What the hell?
In 2012, after the Kazakh shooting team won a gold medal in Kuwait, the event organisers played the parody national anthem from the Sacha Baron Cohen film Borat.
Oh no! Oh, no. And you know, because Kazakhstan actually had an issue with that film. I swear they like wanted to delete it or something like that. That is fucked up. How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna mess up that badly? Look at her just standing there so awkwardly.
Kenyan athlete Eliud
I
Kipchoge
can't
currently
believe that.
holds the marathon world record at a time of 2 hours 1 minute and 39 seconds, completed at the Berlin Marathon in 2018. The last 3 record holders were also from Kenya and also
wow.
achieved at the Berlin Marathon. Kiribati has the world's most advanced time zone.
That be looking crazy, I'm not gonna lie. My mind is messed up, but that looks like something I should mention.
UTC plus 14, and is the reason for the oddly shaped international dateline. Kim Il-sung is considered the eternal president of North Korea. The presidency of the country was abolished after his death. The present head of state is called the Supreme Leader. The flag of South Korea has a lot of symbolism. The white represents peace and purity. The red is positive, the blue negative, and the circle as a whole is the balance in the universe. The 4 trigrams are the 4 classic elements: heaven, water, fire, and earth.
Oh wow, that's crazy. There's a lot of history to that then. I like that
The
a lot.
currency of Kuwait has the highest nominal value of any national currency in the world.
The
One
highest.
Kuwait dinar is worth about $3.27 US.
Bloody hell.
Kyrgyzstan has some pretty
What leads to a country's currency to be so well valued and like undervalued? I guess it's like how wealthy the country is and stuff, but what is it, the specific thing that leads to a country's currency being so like highly valued? Because I don't understand why that would be the case, but it's crazy how some countries have such high ones. And then you saw with Hungary, they had that their currency went from like a decent sort of comparison, and then it went to like billions and trillions in comparison to the US dollar, which is just mental.
weird borders with its neighbours Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, with several exclaves of said neighbours enclaved within Kyrgyz territory.
That is mind blowing.
Laos is known as the land of 1,000,000 elephants, but unfortunately there are only an estimated 800 or so left in the country.
Humans do what they do best, man. Extinction coming.
Latvia's
Shame.
Independence Day is May the 4th, i.e. Star Wars Day.
May the force be with you.
Beloved Canadian actor Keanu Reeves was actually born in Beirut, capital of Lebanon.
Oh wow.
Lesotho is the world's
That's
largest
kind of
enclave. The country is
surprising.
entirely
South
surrounded
Africa, yeah.
by South Africa. Liberia was founded by freed American slaves who chose to imitate the US flag and constitution. Libya
That's
has only had
mental as
one
well.
king
I always wondered why the flags look so similar, but now it actually makes sense. That's
in
crazy
its
to me.
history, Idris I from 1951 to 1969. During this time, the country was called the United Kingdom of Libya. The entire country of Liechtenstein can be rented for $70,000 per night.
What?
According to a
What?
study by a French scientist in 1989, the geographical centre of Europe, depending on how it's measured, is located in Lithuania, 26 kilometres north of Vilnius. There's a monument marking the location.
Oh, mad.
In 2020, Luxembourg became the first country in the world to make all public transport free to use for everyone.
Wait, what? Free?
And that's
What
all
the
for part 1. For part 2, we'll do the remaining countries from M to Z. I'm happy to say that the second part of this video is already well underway, so I'm hoping to upload part 2 in just a few weeks. So be sure to subscribe if you aren't already, and hit that bell icon to be notified when it's ready. I have one quick announcement before ending. I finally decided to start a Patreon for the first time.
Shout out to him and his Patreon, man. Getting his money, deserves it. If you're interested, check that stuff out, because I do like this channel a lot. It's a shame that he's been gone for so long, but hopefully he's back and he's consistent, because I do really like his channel. A side note, the overhead view of the palace is Bruneian, but rather Malaysian. Or Bruneian, sorry, should I say. Andorra is the largest country in the world. I was like, wait, what? Should have used Eurovision to talk about Lithuania instead. For the time they've trolled the contest with We Are the Winners, they should have won. Cameroon during the Great Depression, it's not much best honest work. I respect it, I can't lie. I do respect it. This guy's search history must be interesting. POV, you're waiting for part 2 because your country wasn't listed. I'm waiting for the UK as well, can't lie. Wait, it's going to be the UK, isn't it? Hopefully he lists... not done England, so he's going to do it as the UK. Aren't Rome and Vatican City the closest capitals in the world instead of Brazzaville and Kinshasa? That's the Congo and the Democratic Congo one, isn't it? I mean, that's true, because isn't Vatican City inside Rome? That's a very good question, actually, but I enjoyed this video anyway. Hopefully you guys did as well. Part 2 should be on the way soon. And yeah, until next time, like, subscribe. Peace.